Guys, we love Nicky's Coal-Fired. It's just so yummy. And they've got big events. We're going to talk about one of them now.
The Feast of the Seven Fishes. It's happening on Christmas Eve, all going down. Chef Tony's here giving us a sneak peek at the menu. So this is an Italian tradition, right?
It's, as far as I can tell, it's an Italian-American thing. I don't think it really has roots in Italy.
We made it our own.
It kind of. It's best, there's sort of fuzzy history in it, but as best as I could research and that anyone has ever told me, it started as Christmas is a big feast day where you eat a lot of meat and stuff, so Christmas Eve is traditionally abstaining from meat, so eat seafood that day, and then I think it just evolved into evolved into this thing.
Okay, so the event that you're going to have, and I want to learn some tips on lobster risotto.
Yes, of course.
It was so good.
Yeah.
But this event, how many courses, what can people expect?
So we're going to be doing 7 different fishes over 3 courses, and then we'll finish with cannolis for dessert.
Yes, you will.
There's a couple traditional things that my family always does, which is like a big part of what we try to do in Nicky's, is like stuff my family does. So lobster risotto is a thing my mom always makes and is known for. We always do bacala fritters, which are little salt cod fritters. And then the other stuff is just kind of stuff we do at Nicky's and then like, you know, incorporated into this.
Tasty things, all the tasty things. Okay, what's the key to lobster risotto?
Okay, so any kind of risotto, what makes, I'm gonna finish cooking while I do it. So anything, or the only thing that makes risotto so delicious is that you're always cooking it uncovered, unlike other rice, and you're like adding stock and reducing it, and adding stock and reducing it.
So
it's
that's why it's got so much flavor.
Really flavorful, and you start with like butter, and you just super gently toast the rice, and then you add wine. In this case, it's white wine. And then you use a lobster stock, and you're just reducing it down and reducing it down, and then finally.
So let me ask you, is the rice critical, the type of rice you use?
Yeah, so arborio rice is the most common. There's a few different kinds of rice you can use for risotto, but arborio is the most common because it's short and fat, and so it holds up to kind of like the long cooking. It takes about a half an hour.
So in general, you would keep a pot of warm stock, and you would just continue.
You've done this before.
Well, I've actually seen a lot of people do it. The risotto seems like it would be intimidating to me.
It's a tricky
How much
situation.
time is really involved from start to finish?
It's about a half an hour.
And then it's not that long.
The point of the warm stock is just to keep it from dipping back down and you having to wait for it to boil up again. But it's just, you're just kind of adding like a little bit at a time. So this is all good.
What's giving it the orange kind of color?
That is the lobster stock. So you take the live lobsters. So when I make the risotto, I reserve the tail chopped up and put in here. I use the shells to make a stock. And then I always keep the little knuckles and the claw, and I just poach those in butter. So
looks delicious.
I was wondering what was going on there. So you're flavoring the butter with the knuckles of the lobster.
All right, so you're pulling this out. Now, to go along with this, is that mussel, or are those mussels on the bruschetta?
this is another one of the dishes we're going to do. It's a little marinated mussel dish. So it's
it was beautiful until I touched it.
Until Carol got
I'm sorry. There you go. Take the overhead camera shot.
beautiful.
Sorry about that.
And then it's mussels that are just poached in white wine, and then a little bit of that poaching liquid with a little bit of champagne vinegar, oil, garlic, shallots.
Beautiful. Now you have, I noticed my end, Carol's end has ingredients. My end was the fully stocked bar, and I truly appreciate you for this.
Yes.
Now, he knows his audience.
Tell us what's happening on New Year's Eve.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the other stuff. So we have Feast of the Seven Fishes on Christmas Eve. New Year's Eve, we're doing our big tasting menu like we always do. It's going to be 4 courses, a little more elegant, elevated stuff. And then we have our famous, it'll be our 3rd annual Martini Carts. So we put our most fun bartender in front of a Martini cart, and he pushes it around the dining room and makes Manhattans, Negronis, Old Fashions, Martinis, tableside, and people really dig it. And it's super fun.
I love a martini.
Okay, so amazing food, Martini Cart. Listen, this is an end of a decade type experience. You can get it at Nicky's Coal-Fired in the Nations.
I love this.
Such a great space, great location. Still waiting for you to open for lunch. I'm going to say it every single time we're here. I'm just, he's like, listen, I'm doing well. I don't need to open for lunch, but I want him to open
it's
for
all
lunch.
happening. Get on board the Feast of the Seven Fishes. We've got this recipe on todayinNashville.com. Reservations need to get in right now, right?
I would definitely make reservations.
Today. Do it today. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Yeah,